Good morning, everybody. I'm attorney Marjorie Brunelli and I'm located in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Today I'm going to address the issue of relocation with minor children. So that was actually one of the last questions I received here in the office. I had a potential client call and ask if she could move to the north of Florida with her 2 minor children. So the majority of the issues in family law are governed by statute, and that is the case with relocation. I'm not going to go into the details of the statute, but simply put, in her case or any other case, if you're moving within 50 miles of your established address, which is the address that was notated on the last court order, or your parenting plan time sharing. So if you're moving within 50 miles of that location, you're fine. You don't need the agreement of the other side and you do not need a court order. However, if you're moving somewhere that's further than 50 miles, then you're going to need either the agreement of the other side, the other party, or a court order if that other party does not agree. That is unfortunately the only way that you can do that. Otherwise, you're going to be in contempt. You can be held in contempt and sanctions. The other side can file a motion against you, and that's just in civil court, which is family court. I'm sure there are consequences as to kidnapping, maybe in the criminal side of it, but I do not work with criminal law, so I cannot speak as to that, but just something to be aware of. So as to the relocation, if the other party does not agree and you cannot sign an agreement modifying your parenting plan or time sharing amicably, then your only choice is to reopen your case and file a petition for relocation. So depending on the situation, you may need to have a guardian ad litem appointed. That person will investigate and compare both areas where you're currently living and the area you're going to be moving to, and then that person is going to issue a report. And basically that's how the judge is going to make his or her decision. It's going to be based on that analysis. That's in most cases. Of course, there are different situations, but when the parties are not in agreement, that's generally how it goes. So what is that guardian ad litem going to do? She's going to look for everything. She's going to analyze, okay, which area is safer, less crime, less registered sexual offenders, which area is going to provide better quality of life, better economic opportunities. Also, you have to always keep in mind that anything involving moving away with minor children is always going to be determined based on the best interest of the child. So sometimes people think, oh, I found, I got this amazing job offer and I want to move, I have to move. It's not just based on that, because if you're moving to an area that's not going to benefit your child or your children, you're not gonna get away with moving away. So that's the thing that you need to keep in mind. The court's not going to grant you your request, your petition for relocation, if it's not in the best interest of the children or the child. So what I did, it's what I generally do with my clients or people that schedule consultations with me. And by the way, if you need further details, because relocation issue is very complicated, I can't simply address it in a 10-minute video. And there are plenty of factors that the court is going to look into to grant or deny your request. So all of that I would have to sit with you and explain during a consultation. If you need to contact me, all the information is up in the bio. The phone number here is 954-474-7703. But what I did to help me out with this video and give you some information as to things that I recommend if you're thinking about doing it, or if you're gonna be filing a petition for relocation. So it's 2 pages. I'm gonna try to summarize it. These are my recommendations to my clients. It's things that I think at the end they help throughout the case. So let's see. Keep a calendar. And I would suggest 2 calendars, one for you, one for the other party. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna keep this calendar with your time sharing. Every time that you have time sharing, the other party has time sharing. And every time that other side either canceled, was late picking up the children, was late dropping off, canceled at the last minute, or didn't keep the children for the full time that is described on the parenting plan or the court order, whatever it may be. So keep a record. Put the dates, keep a record, keep a detailed record, because that's going to show which party is more involved with the children. Same thing. Keep a record of all the attendances that you do in the school activities, sports, teachers parents conference, anything that you do more or that the other party never does. So just keep a record, detailed by date. What else? Oh, also very important, keep a record if your child or children are having problems, whatever it may be, psychological, emotional, when they're with the other parent, and that parent fails to tell you that that child is having problems. Same thing, if the child falls, gets hurt, or gets sick and they have to take it to the doctor, the ER, whatever it may be, and they don't notify you. So make sure that you're keeping a record of all the times that has happened. Also, if you're looking to change jobs, because that's generally the case when you're asking for relocations because of change of jobs, a better employment opportunity. So make sure you get a job in an area in which you're gonna have either better income or, well, better than what you're doing. Not the same level, but better and with opportunities to grow, because that's definitely gonna be considered. Also, make sure that the schools in the area you're moving to are better rated, are higher rated than the ones you're currently living in. Also, make sure you do research as to crime in that area, as well as the amount of registered sexual offenders. That's very important, because that's also going to affect the judge's decision. What else? You can also request the school records for your children to show how they're doing better in the school when they're with you than when they are with the other side, with the other party, the other parent, whoever it may be. And make sure also that you are creative. Be creative as to the options that you can offer the other person to stay involved in the child's life. For example, daily phone calls or FaceTiming, any sort of video conferencing. Make sure that you are willing and able to maintain that relationship, because that's going to look good for the judge. And also it's going to show you're not trying to take away visitation or parental rights from the other side. You simply received a better opportunity, and it's going to be better for everybody. So do whatever you can to make sure that the child is in contact with the other parent. Also, you can always offer to pay the travel expenses for when the other side needs to come visit the child, or at least half. Offer to help financially, because the reason that the person is going to be incurring expenses, travel expenses, hotel, car rental, whatever it may be, it's because you're moving away. So be conscious of that, and try to offer to help. Maybe pay for half or pay for the whole thing. Obviously, this is going to depend on your financial situation. I'm not saying to sacrifice your financial life to help somebody else, but maybe you can come to an agreement. You can contribute to the plane tickets. If it's too far, you can contribute to a car rental. So there are different ways to do it. Those are just, again, just being creative in a way they're going to show you want the children to maintain a relationship with the other parent. And what else? One last thing that's also important, it helps a lot if you're moving to an area where you have extended family members. because that's going to provide a support system not only for yourself but also for the children. So that's always helpful if the grandparents are there, uncles, aunts, cousins, extended family. So that's it. I just wanted to give you an idea of how the relocation process works, and provide some information as to the recommendations that I always give my clients to better their chances to get their motion granted. It's not a guarantee, but it helps. It's going to be a combination of what's presented to the court as well as the report of the guardian ad litem. So each case is different. And again, if you need to speak to me, feel free to contact me. I hope you all have a great day. See you soon.